This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, this video right here is going to be very impactful because I'm exposing Cinnamon Alvarez, aka Canelo Alvarez. Whew, these Cinnamon Alvarez fanboys, if they already had hating and trolling in their veins towards He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire, coming to you with the cutthroat, unadulterated and cutthroat truths, they gonna hate and troll on your boy even more. But those real G's and super real G's out here in these boxing streets, they gonna appreciate the thoroughness and how I expose this cat for his truest and most properest levels when it comes to this boxing. Okay, let's talk about the 4 guys who could possibly beat him. We're going to go to BJ Saunders first. What do we see with BJ Saunders? He's rugged. He has good boxing IQ, good boxing skills. He's very poised and patient in the ring. This was evident when he sat there and he fought some of those good fights that he fought. All you got to do is look at the history of the fights that this man has had. Has he had trouble outside of the ring? Yes. But when BJ Saunders is focused, he can box. When BJ Saunders is focused, he has poise, he has patience in the ring. He does not waste his punches. He throws all of his punches the right way. And that's facts. And we, as boxing fans, didn't get a chance to see him and Boo Boo Andrade go at it, because that would have been an epic fight. Trust and believe that fight right there, it would have made noise and waves in the boxing community. But BJ Saunders, like I said, he has issues outside the ring, and it's very apparent. That's why his belt got stripped. Nobody beat him, but his belt got stripped. Remember, he held that middleweight title from 2015 to 2018. No one took it away from him. And people want to sit here and say, oh, BJ Saunders ducked Canelo. The same argument could be made for Canelo. This guy can legitimately beat Canelo. All you got to do is look at his boxing pedigree and look at his skills. That dude is legit. And there's just no two ways around that. Let's look at Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo is long. He's rangy. I do believe that he does not have enough boxing experience just yet. I still feel he needs a few step-up fights. But I do believe it's because there is slightly some ducking going on. Cats are not chomping at the bits to fight him. He's called out Canelo. He's called out Triple G. He can't get those fights. Now, I ain't gonna lie. He do act like a A-side when really he's the B-side in that situation. If he was a lot more humble, maybe he would get those fights. Canelo has the experience over him, but that's about it. He's not going to be the bigger guy that fight night if they were to fight. He's not going to be the rangier guy. And Jamal Charlo got crack. Every time he stepped up in weight, he's proven that he has knockout power. So his knockout power is legit. And I've seen him fight when he's mad and he's training at his best and he's really focused. Did he not get exposed in his last fight? Yes. But see, he has that same problem that a lot of these, quote unquote boogeymen in their division have. He can't get the fights because cats are not chopping at the bits to fight him. And Jamal Charlo is a lot better boxer than what we want to say that he is. I'm not one of these PBC fanboys. I'm not an LDBC. I'm just a truth teller, man. I'm calling it the way I see it. I call a spade a spade. I keep that thing a buck. I keep it real. I call it 100. And what I see from him is a taller, lankier fighter that to me has a little bit more strength than Canelo that can give Canelo problems. Can Canelo knock him out? Yes. But can Jamal Charlo also knock out Canelo? Yes. And that's why Canelo's not chopping at the bits to fight him. Another fighter that can give Canelo problems. Demetrius Andrade, The only problem with Demetrius Andrade is he has not fight enough step-up fights. He got screwed out of that BJ Saunders fight. Because I believe if he would have fought BJ Saunders, that would have been him putting light out there that, hey, I'm for real out here in the middleweight division. And I could be legit in 168. But every time they've put competitors in front of him, he's beaten each and every single one of them. Now, people will shit on his resume and say, man, he ain't fought, enough fighters, etc., etc. But again, it's also credit to the fact that guys are not chopping at the bit to fight him. Go look at this guy's amateur background. He's beat a lot of top names. The Keith Thurmans of the world, the Sean Porters of the world. The list goes on and on about a lot of cats that Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade has beaten. I don't like the nickname because I don't feel no dude should be called Boo Boo. That's just me. But the dude is legit. And he needs some step-up fights. And I feel he needs to be a little bit more active. And I'm glad now that he's under the zone, because with him being under there and being with Eddie Hearn, he's getting the fights that he needs and he deserves. And if he stays more active than what he was in the past, sky's the limit for that dude. Let's go to Danny Jacobs. We all know the Miracle Man. He already fought Triple G. We saw what the outcome was at. What the outcome of that fight was. He got robbed. Clearly. And we see what Canelo's trying to do with this rehydration clause bullshit. Danny Jacobs has a tendency to be sloppy as fuck. But he has the tools, if he keeps the gas on the pedal 100%, to beat the likes of a Canelo Alvarez. Canelo ain't all that, man. I told you, he got 4 glaring deficiencies. He's slow, aka non-athletic. His head and his foot movement are subpar at best. His conditioning, he has conditioning issues. All you gotta do is look at Clinton Bluterall situation and Bernard Hopkins calling his ass out. And he hates switch hitters, man. He don't like guys that can disrupt his timing. Because Canelo likes to be comfortable in that ring. And folks don't want to admit that shit. Those are the guys that I say that can potentially beat him. Now let's talk about a guy that beat him and got robbed possibly twice. Triple G. In that first fight, Triple G won handily by 2 rounds. The second fight is a toss-up. But some folks still had Triple G winning by 1 or 2 rounds. If that's not robbery, I don't know what boxing robbery is. And it's not like Triple G is a lame duck. Credible champion. I told you they should have a Canelo versus Triple G 3. They need to run this thing back a 3rd time so that we can find out who the definitive winner is. Canelo proved himself in that second fight because he stalked the stalker. But still, did he do enough to win those fights? That's the glaring question. That's why I feel Triple G got robbed in the first fight. And there's an argument for his fans, because I'm not a fan of his, because to me he has no special effects up and down. And this is why I'm exposing Canelo for what his true and proper levels are. There's an argument that he possibly won the second fight. He needs to settle that. Now let's talk about the fighters that beat his ass and got robbed. Erislandy Lara. He boxed the shit out of Canelo for 12 rounds. He got sloppy as fuck in the second half of that fight. And Canelo was able to win rounds only because he got sloppy. But he still did more than enough to definitively win that fight. He got robbed. You know why? Because Canelo, like I said, that's why I call him Cinnamon Alvarez. And these Cinnamon Alvarez fanboys got their heads so stuck up this motherfucker's ass, they could tell you what his ass cheeks look like. They can even tell you the prints on the motherfucker ass cheek. They can tell you what his shit smell like. That's how bad it is. They don't want to admit. See, every time I point to Erislandy Lara, they higgity fucking hush. The Austin Trout fight, that was a lot closer. But even Floyd Money Mayweather said Austin Trout edged out that fight and outpointed him. Floyd was so mad by the Erislandy Lara and the Austin Trout fight that he was like, fuck this shit, especially the Erislandy Lara fight. Fuck this shit. My 36-year-old ass gonna get in the ring with this motherfucker and I'm gonna outbox the shit out of his ass. Now on to the guys that actually can flat out beat his ass. I just mentioned the first one, Floyd Money Mayweather, 36 years old. How the fuck does a 22-year-old get outboxed? You supposed to be fucking young, tender. You let an old man that's supposed to be past his prime outbox the shit out of you? That's because the man was he's the greatest defensive wizard we've ever seen in this sport. And that's why. Arguably the GOAT. Right up there with the GOATs of the GOATs. The Sugar Ray Leonards, the Marvin Haglers. You know, the list goes on and on. He's up there. Sugar Ray Robinson's, he's up there. Muhammad Ali's, he's up there with these motherfuckers. Greatest defensive wizard we've seen in our time. He made Canelo look like straight boo-boo and shit. He made him look like a fucking cinnamon, like his red hair color. See, the reason why I call him Cinnamon Alvarez, you fucks, is because his mom named him after cinnamon. Cinnamon in Spanish means canela. But she wanted to masculize his name, give it some masculine connotation, some masculine connotation. So instead of Canela, she called it Canelo. Because his hair color is the same color as a cinnamon that you eat, you dumb fucking motherfuckers. That's why a lot of old school Mexican G's out here respect me. They're like, how the fuck you knew that shit? Because he knows the sport. I know a lot of everything. I told you I'm not a regular dude. I don't think regular, and I don't reside in regular realms. I'm going to say that again. I'm not a regular dude. I don't think regular, and I don't reside in regular realms. Another cat that beat the shit out of Canelo, Andre Ward. I don't even need to say no more other than the fact that he's the bigger guy. He's a stronger guy. He's better in every marker. There's no way Canelo beats that dude. Just look at my previous videos. You'll understand. Another guy that'll beat Canelo. I believe this will be a closer fight, but Canelo better not step his ass up to 175 pounds because he would get exposed. That's Sergey Crusher Kovalev. That dude would knock the fuck out of Canelo. If I was Canelo, I'd stay my ass away from 175 pounds. His ass too light on his feet for that weight class. Sergey Kovalev right now, that just won his light heavyweight championship right back, will beat the shit out of him. Another dude at 175 that'll beat the shit out of him. Dmitry Yuriviv Bivol. That motherfucker right there, his first 6 fights was a fucking knockout. He has sparred a lot of top guys. That dude's making noise and making weight in the light heavies. 16-0. He is no joke. Canelo take his light ass up to 175 and try to fight that dude? That's a monster. That motherfucker will knock his ass out, flat line his ass. Another motherfucker. And this one right here, he's the bigger, faster, stronger Errol the True Spence. And that's Anthony Yarde. Canelo don't want no parts of that dude. That dude is calling out Sergey Kovalev. And I believe he'll be able to beat Sergey Kovalev more handily than Andre Ward. You know why? Because if you guys have watched this dude fight, he is rangy. He is fast. The motherfucker's athletic. He does everything right. And that's me giving this dude high praise. He's another dude on my list. Right there with Errol the True Spence that I've been watching. He's another cat in my dudes that I root for. Anthony Yarde. Trust me, Canelo don't want no parts of that dude. Y'all gonna find out when he fights Sergey Kovalev for that WBO champion. And he flatlines Sergey Kovalev. Y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. That dude is the real deal. I call him the bigger, stronger, and faster Errol Spence. That motherfucker is no joke. He is fast. I mean, he has a mixture of so many people in him. He remind me of Errol the True Spence. He remind me of Marvin Hagler. He remind me of Andre Ward. He remind me of Floyd Money Mayweather. He remind me of Bernard Hopkins. He remind me of Roy Jones Jr. The list goes on and on. Y'all gotta watch this dude fight. This motherfucker right here, trust me, he will expose the shit out of Cinnamon Alvarez. See, I just gave you a totality of cats that can expose this dude. Cats that have already exposed this dude. And cats that could potentially beat this dude. So stop overrating this dude. That's why I call him Cinnamon Alvarez. People want to sit here and act like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, it's because he's Mexican and he has a Mexican boxing community fan base. And they support they folks like nobody's business. They are ignorant and blind as fuck. And that's their truest and properest levels. Straight up ethering and murking. That's how I do it. put cats down, man, to their real levels. And he knows his sport fashion. This is He Knows His Sport. Check it out.